Why $300,000 feels rich on paper but still feels broke in real life. Let me paint a picture. You open your banking app. You see a number that, objectively, should make you feel secure. Maybe it's across accounts. It's investments, savings, cash. But when you add it all up, it's around $300,000. And for about 3 seconds, you feel good. Then, nothing. No relief, no confidence, no, I made it. Instead, you still hesitate before spending $200. You still feel one bad year away from stress. You still feel like life is expensive, fragile, and somehow tight. And that's the confusing part, right? Because $300,000 sounds rich. It looks rich on paper. Yet, emotionally, practically, day to day, you don't feel rich at all. If that's you, yeah, this video is for you. My name is Paul, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, wealth, and why smart people still feel financially behind. If you're someone who makes decent money, saves aggressively, but still doesn't feel secure or ahead, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today we're going to talk about why $300,000 is one of the most psychologically confusing numbers in personal finance. And here's the thing. This isn't about being ungrateful. This isn't about lifestyle creep lectures. And this definitely isn't about just invest more. This is about why the math says you should feel fine, but your brain says you're not. Look, culturally, $300,000 is loaded. To most Americans, it's more than 80% of households have total net worth. It's 6 times the median savings balance. It's more money than most people will ever see in one place. According to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, the median net worth of a U.S. household is around $192,000. The median savings account balance is under $8,000. So on paper, $300,000 puts you above average. Well above. Which is why people assume, if I ever hit $300,000, I'll finally feel secure. But here's what most people don't realize. Here's the uncomfortable truth. $300,000 is too much money to feel poor, but not enough money to feel free, and that tension messes with your head. Let's break it down. Scenario A, $300,000 as income replacement. If you wanted $300,000 to fully support you, even at a generous 4% withdrawal rate, that's $12,000 per year, $1,000 per month. That doesn't cover rent in most cities, let alone life. So subconsciously, your brain knows, this money cannot protect me if everything goes wrong, which means it doesn't register as safety. Scenario B, $300,000 as lifestyle upgrade money. Okay, fine. What if it's not for retirement? What if it's just security? Well, here's the problem. Once you have $300,000, you're usually living in a high-cost area, supporting a family, paying a mortgage, carrying responsibility, and suddenly, $300,000 doesn't feel large. It feels finite. You don't think, I'm wealthy. You think, I can't afford to mess this up. That's not abundance. That's fragile confidence. The psychological trap, relative wealth. Here's where it gets really interesting. Money is not experienced in absolute terms. It's experienced in relative terms. You don't compare yourself to the median American. You compare yourself to your coworkers, your friends, people in your city, people online. And if you have $300,000 saved, odds are you're surrounded by people who own nicer homes, take better vacations, appear more relaxed, even if they're drowning in debt. So $300,000 doesn't feel like ahead. It feels like I'm still catching up. And psychologically, that keeps you in scarcity mode. The $300,000 illusion of control. Now you might be thinking, okay, Paul, but $300,000 is still a lot of money. I should feel more confident. Yes, you should. But here's the problem. At $300,000, you can see how quickly it could disappear. Let's do real math. Real-life math example. Let's say you own a home. One major repair hits, $25,000. One job loss lasts 6 months, $40,000. One medical issue, $15,000. Market drops 30% on invested assets. Suddenly, $300,000 becomes $200,000 faster than you expected, and once you see that fragility, you never unsee it. This is why people with $300,000 often feel more anxious than people with $30,000, because they understand the stakes. Why? $300,000 doesn't change your daily life. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Your lifestyle probably didn't change much when you hit $300,000. You still wake up to the same alarm, work the same job, deal with the same bills, live in the same house. So emotionally, your brain goes, if nothing changed, did this really matter? This is why milestones feel empty when they don't translate into felt improvements. Money that doesn't change your daily experience doesn't feel real. The middle-class wealth paradox. Here's what most people don't realize. The people most likely to feel broke with $300,000 are responsible, disciplined, forward-thinking. In other words, the exact people doing everything right. Why? Because they're planning for kids' college, retirement, parents' emergencies, which means every dollar already has a job. So instead of freedom, $300,000 feels like pre-spent responsibility. Why the internet makes this feel worse. Let's talk about social media for a second. Online, you constantly see, I retired at 35. $1 million isn't enough anymore. Anything under $500,000 is broke. And intellectually, you know it's nonsense. But emotionally, it recalibrates your expectations. Suddenly, $300,000 feels small, progress feels slow, security feels far away, comparison quietly kills satisfaction. What $300,000 actually is, the reframe. Okay, let's reset. $300,000 is not financial freedom, lifetime security, retirement. But here's what it actually is. 1, it's leverage. You have options most people don't. 2, it's margin for error. You can survive mistakes. 3, it's momentum. The next $300,000 is easier than the first. And this is critical. Wealth doesn't feel good when you're building it. It feels good when it starts protecting you. $300,000 is still in the build phase. Actionable steps to make $300,000 feel better and work better. Let's make this practical. Step 1, segment the money. Stop viewing $300,000 as one number. Break it into safety, growth, opportunity. When every dollar has a role, anxiety drops. Step 2, measure progress in time, not money. Instead of asking, how much do I have? Ask, how many months of life does this buy me? That shift changes everything. Step 3, build visible wins. Use a small portion of your wealth to reduce stress, buy back time, improve daily life. Wealth that improves nothing feels fake. The real truth. Nobody tells you here it is. $300,000 feels weird because it's the moment you realize money alone does not create safety. Systems do, structure, strategy, time. This stage isn't about spending more. It's about building a life where money stops being the main source of anxiety. Ending, strong motivation, plus call to action. If you've made it to $300,000, you are not behind. You are not failing. You are in the hardest psychological phase of wealth building, the phase where discipline matters more than motivation, structure matters more than income, and patience matters more than flexing. If this video helped you reframe where you are, hit the thumbs up. It tells the algorithm to show this to people who actually need it. And if you want more calm, honest conversations about money that doesn't shame you or hype nonsense, make sure you're subscribed. Because the goal isn't to look rich, the goal is to feel unshakable. And that comes next.